What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Shadowrun Hong Kong. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little bit, and things are not actually looking so good right now. We went back out to the slums. Things seem to be falling apart. This guy's got a head off. Apparently, he's got a car from like the 1940s that blew up on him. This scooter over here appears to have a severe rectal bleeding problem. No idea where this is all going, but it's definitely not going anywhere good. Let's get up in here and see who we can talk to. Can we walk around and like buy anything? I'm sure the android guy over here, right? The Wampoan puppet. I bet he's fine. Let's see if we can get ourselves a Fairlight Calibre, because that's what we aspire to as a Decker anyways. Oh. Apparently he has no dialogue at all. He's just completely and totally white. Alright, everybody's broken then. But they're broken. Who did that song? Evanescence? That's who it had to be, right? Evanescence was kind of like my late high school period, I guess. I don't know. Raymond and Wu stand near each other in the rain, staring at the walled city, not talking. The old man looks at you, weary but alert. You look like you have something on your mind, Mr. Tuesday. Are you gonna be okay, Raymond? I don't think so, no. I'm the product of aborted brain surgery. That combined with, well, all that has happened, I doubt that I'll ever be okay, and I have no idea when I will. He searches the ground for the word. Break. Raymond touches the bandage on his head, and although I'm relieved you rescued me before my memory was wiped, part of me grieves at the thought I could have been free from all of this. I bet those people in the walled city wish they could be free from all this too. Indeed, but they are proof people can adapt to harsh circumstances. I will learn to live with this hardship like they have. I think we're all learning a lot here. For example, Pop-Tart and I learned that you're a genius who can create magical machines. We also learned that you have a rich, powerful mother on the ruling council of Hong Kong who kidnapped you to reprogram your brain. And we learned that two of you are responsible for the suffering of thousands. Pretty big score from my perspective. Did I get everything, Pop-Tart? You left out that he accidentally let a demon god thing move into the neighborhood. Right, that. Was it greed, Raymond? Is that what was behind all this? I wanted to help people. This was an accident. An accident that your mother covered up. Yes, and allowed to fester for 20 years. Regardless of her motive, her sins are inexcusable. But that is my mother. I am still compelled to stop the machine and do whatever I can to send that creature back to wherever she came from, to make things right. That's just it. Wu wheels on Raymond, closes the gap between them. You can't make things right, Edward. You can't erase 20 years of misery and suffering. The best you can hope for is to remove the unnatural part of it and allow the horrible slum to be horrible without toxic key or whatever you said. You're not going to push the make it all better button. You got a better idea? No. But I'll tell you one thing. I'm not going to be like him. I'm not going to run. Raymond cringes at that. He screws his eyes shut, trying to ward it off. But then he's still for a moment and his jaw sets, and when he opens them again, his eyes are defiant, authoritative. I did what I did to help people, Mr. Wu, and when I couldn't help them anymore, I left, and I continued helping people in Seattle, in that teen center, in the slum that I took you from. Or did you forget where you were from? Oh, I didn't forget, little man. How could I, with you reminding us of it every single chance that you got? How you saved a poor little Chinese boy. He lowers his head until it's inches from the old man's, after you ran from the thousands who looked just like him. My motivations for helping you aren't relative, Duncan. He points a bony finger at Wu and runs it up and down the orc towering over him. Look at you. The results are what counts. Wu doesn't pull back. He leaves his face a hair's breadth from his foster father. I know, Edward. Your motivations for building that machine aren't relevant here either. Wu cocks a thumb at the walled city, the throngs running from it in terror. The results are what counts. Alright, well, stopping that fortune engine is what counts. You're right. He takes in the scene unfolding around him with grim determination. We need to do whatever it is we can do. So, Triad Guard, what you got going on? 5 people, all reeking of Triad, huddled together next to your crew, muttering among themselves and pointing at the towering slum. One of them notices you and pats another on the chest with the back of his hand. It's the man who's been guarding the walled city entrance since you arrived in Hioi. He acknowledges you, a look of doomed determination on his face. Mrs. Chang sends her regards. She told us to keep an eye out for you. Is there something she needs? Mrs. Chang wants to know what the hell is going on inside the walled city. She sent us to find out and report back to her. The Triad soldier's hands shake. He sees you notice them and pulls them back behind his back. She asked us, or she said... Wait, she said us? She said to us that if we saw you heading in there, we should go with you. We'd have a better chance of staying alive. Alright, well, we need all the guns we can get. The soldier nods in appreciation. Just tell us what you need. This is our shot at distinguishing ourselves. Show Auntie that we have what it takes to rise in the organization. The soldier looks sidelong at his friends. It may be our best chance to provide for our families. The group of triads nod to each other in forlorn unity as they take in the panic around them, the storm, the flood of people in the towering tenement, and something else. A wave of something emanating from within. You feel that? Gobbet holds her stomach. Madness and Folly squeak their disapproval. It's like the walled city's bad breath or something, she groans. It's disgusting. I feel, I don't know, just unclean looking at the place. Like life has no value or something. Like there's just no point to anything. That's the toxic key, and it is exactly the point. We need to get rid of it and fix it at the source. If I can. Raymond stares at the walled city, taking it in for the first time. His breath hitches in his chest, but the old man grits his teeth in grim determination. The fortune engine is located at the heart of the walled city. That's where I need to go. I'll drop a marker in the center of the walled city on everybody's PDA, Splattercat. We should be able to weave our way through it to the machine. Raymond, what's the best way to go? The old man shakes his head painfully. The gauze bandage covering his new data jack catches a flash of lightning. 20 years since I stepped foot inside and wasn't nearly this size then. There's no idea how to get there now, only where we need to go. We can take advantage of the chaos. It may cover our approach in case somebody is trying to stop us. We should split up and keep Raymond backing out of harm's way. Look around, Gunshow. This whole place is in harm's way. It'll be safer if we split up. Splattercat leads some of us to clear the way to the machine. Auntie's men can follow with the rest of us escorting Raymond once the way is secure. Wouldn't Raymond be safer if we had one larger group? Higher chances of success this way. If we go in one group, one chance at success. But if the first team is killed and lost, the second can still find another route and still have a chance. Both teams, use your comm to stay in touch. We have no idea what we're going to face in there. I will be right behind you, Pop-Tart. Take care of yourself. Alright, you be careful too, Dad. Raymond holds Uriah with a look of gratitude. The time for timidity is over, Mr. Tuesday. No more cowardice. It's time for me to finally take action. He exhales softly and stares at the walled city unflinching. This is the end of prosperity. You know, all things considered, if there was one thing to flinch away from and be a coward about, I agree that giant, ridiculous spiritual demons that wipe out entire chunks of the city would be one of them. I mean, I'm just saying. Frederick looks desperate and tense, ready to erupt into violence at the slightest provocation. We gotta get through this, whatever it is. He turns away and resumes his vigilance. Can I buy guns or whatever else? How much cash do I have? 4 grand? It's not much. Huh. Well, let's go take a look and see if we got anything back here. Ermine's eyes are bleary. Blood from a recent nosebleed speckles her upper lip. Splattercat, you need armor, ammunition, painkillers? She nods towards her son. For painkillers, talk to Callum. Alright, show me these goods. What do we got here? He's got an HKPF EOD suit. I would probably recommend taking something like that to keep ourselves safe, but let's try and sell some stuff first. So we've got a number of guns in here that I might actually be able to give to other people. They might be a little bit more useful in the hands of others. I don't have a mage who can even use that, so I'm going to get rid of it. I think strip armor 3 I might hold on to. How many grenades do I have? I need grenades badly because I know we went through a whole bunch of them in that last combat. We still got some phosphorus. I'll probably just sell that. Let me buy the HKPF suit and then consumables. I would say that flashbangs are probably the best way to go with this. Are there better flashbangs? The Knight Errant flashbangs, those do too. Okay, so I need as many flashbangs as we can get, so we'll take the bangs. We'll also take 16 damage Ares, 20 damage Ares, a couple of the normal grenades. And I think that'll probably be good enough. We'll confirm it because I don't want to think about it for too long because I'll bail out. Put on a big thick suit of armor because 8 armor is super important to a character. That's nullifying a ton of the damage, and it's the pre-crit damage. So I've talked about this before, but crits are calculated after your armor takes a hit. So if your armor takes 2 damage, the crit would then be for 4 instead of being for 10. If you get, I'm sorry. So if you take 10 damage, armor absorbs 8. You have 2 left over, and then it multiplies it into 4 for the crit. Whereas if you had nothing, you get 20 damage. So just things to think about here. Alright, now that we're looking all sexy and badass, god damn, we look awesome. We look like we're ready to, like, waste some fools. looking all terrifying, like the bomb squad mixed with like the murder men. It's gonna be pretty intense here. Got a bunch of grenades, but I don't know how well this is all gonna work. The finales in these games tend to be pretty gnarly by comparison to the rest of the game. So we gotta pick our crew. Typically, I just go with Gaichu, Duncan, and Gobbet. My concern here is that they said we were gonna split up at some point, but I'm actually slightly worried about that. So what we got going on, they should allow us to equip after we get done with this right here. You're about to enter the walled city. Absolutely. What do I have going on? It's not a lot. It is not a lot. The typhoon pours down as the Triad soldiers fan out in front of you, leading the way into Kowloon walled city. Raymond shuffles along, alert and intent. Although exhausted by all that has gone on, he drives himself forward and will not accept help from anyone. Wu watches the shadows and rooftops, his rifle never leaving his shoulder. He occasionally risks a glance at his foster father, concern, frustration, and anger playing over his face like a slideshow. The walled city is worse than your first visit. Even with the rain, you can feel something in the air. It's thicker now, and it clings to your skin like invisible filth. The miserable noises of slum life are gone, replaced by something worse. The sounds of death and fear. As you round a corner, the group stops before heading in deeper. Okay, so now would be the time where we should strap everybody in and get ready for the combat that's coming. We got a couple of med kits here. Not a lot of stuff, though, so we want to be very careful about our allocations. He's got himself a number of things he needs to carry around, and so I'm going to give him the flashbangs. Can you throw things? What is your throwing skill, I wonder? I would like for Gaichu. Huh. I don't know if Gaichu can throw things very well, but you know what? He's going to take some flashbangs. He'll take an Ares high explosive, and that'll do it for right now. On this side, she's got a submachine gun that is not very good, so I'm going to give her that one right there. Oh, it's got a smart link. She needs a data jack. Shit, that sucks. Okay, well, now that we know we can't have that, her items list, we'll give her that. We'll give her... Who else do we have? We had Duncan. We'll give her the Bomona kit. Or I guess it's not a Bomona, it's a dock wagon. We'll give her Erode Armor. She needs Spellcasting 6. Never mind. We'll give her the... I think that's the Mummy Spirit Talisman, because we are going to need all the summons we can get our hands on. I'm going to rotate in a better med kit, just in case. Can I rotate these around at all? Or, like, how is this all going to work? And she brings her own fetish in. Don't bring the grenade. The grenade's not going to help here. You can't even... I don't think she has throwing skills anyways. Make sure you bring the Bomonas or the dock wagons. They're just different companies that res you when you die. We've got a platinum and we've got a gold trauma, so we should be decently solid here. I don't really know what else to say about it. Let's ride. I don't expect to be decking too much since this finale is more of a wizard type deal. I'm thinking that since we have spiritualists and things like that, you have karma available to improve your character. Open the screen. Yeah, let's go ahead. Alright, so we got 11 karma. The question is, what do we want to do with it? So with 11 karma, we could go into Drone 6, which would give AP plus 1. That's actually pretty solid. We could go in on Charisma by several points, which would allow us to get ourselves a new etiquette, which would help a little bit. I think that's kind of minor at this point, though. We could go in on a little bit of extra quickness, so we could do 5 in rifle. And then we could do 6 in ranged combat. Make us a little bit better at firing guns, but I'm thinking I'm going to go with the drones. And so the extra AP will probably get more done anyways, just so the drone gets 3. I think that's probably the best way for us to approach the situation, so that's what I'm going to go with. The inner walled city. What you've seen in your dreams feels tame by comparison. The atmosphere is humid with the oppressive weight of despair. You can feel it bearing down on your shoulders and whispering for you to give up, lie down, await your miserable fate. Your skin feels oily and unclean. We're finally here, finally past the trash heap that encrusts this place. He reaches out and touches a Duraplast wall. The paint is long since chipped away, but what remains is enough to tell you that you're looking at the original exterior of Kowloon Walled City. It looks much sturdier than the ramshackle construction that has grown up around it. This is what Mother and I built, what was supposed to help people. All that we wanted was to help. It's very poetic. Now let's move. I'm done with the talking. I don't want to spend a second longer in this place than I have to. The Yellow Lotus 49er scans the horizon, his head on a swivel. He's full of the frenetic energy that can only come from pure terror and combat stims. Raymond doesn't move. He stands there, staring at a painted section of the wall to his left. Tracing his gaze, you can see what he's looking at. It's faint, but it's there, a faded stamp with the same mechanical services logo. Even this is a nightmare now, decrepit and rotten, falling apart. He squeezes his eyes shut. It was supposed to be a good place. A safe place. Yeah, well, it isn't. We all know whose fault that is, don't we? Her eyes flash daggers at your adoptive father. She wears her hate like a mask. He looks down on her, expressionless. Yes, and that's why I have to fix it. Pop-Tart, you need to clear me a path to the sarcophagus that surrounds the fortune engine. It will be at the center of all this. Please help me fix this. I can't do it by myself. That's the plan. He reaches a hand towards you and pulls it back with a pained expression. Thank you. I'll go with Auntie Chang's people. You probably won't need a decker in here anyways. We'll try to stick to the side streets until it's safe to regroup. Alright, good luck, Isabel. She swallows hard and you can see that she's sweating. Let's move out and get this over with. Get him there safe. We need him. He glances back at you. Alright, Splattercat, let's go. Alright, gangbanging intensifies. Let's get ourselves in here. We are in the hood. A Yellow Lotus soldier over here. Stop right there. A group of Yellow Lotus 49ers is holding this entrance. Their leader, a dumpy female elf with chipped teeth and a bouffant hairdo, stumbles towards you. You, drop your guns and get down on the floor. She shakes her head from side to side as if trying to clear it. A pair of bloodshot eyes roll in their sockets without reason or purpose. Drop everything or we'll gut you like pigs. Stand down, we're with kindly Chang. Chang? Chang? She gestures wildly with her rifle. A thin stream of blood traces its way from her left nostril down to her mouth. Her time is done. We have a new queen now. Screaming unintelligibly, she launches herself at you. Her cohort follows behind, swinging their weapons wildly and howling for blood. Shit. I don't suppose they're behind us. Alright, so we got a backfield sniper. I need him over here. Let's go ahead and get the drone on out. Put the drone in cover because I trust that a little bit better. We have zero line of sight right now except for the sniper. I'm going to take a couple gimme shots at the sniper then. When it comes to the rest of the players on the map, I don't know what I want to do. However, I want you to go to that side and attack from there, not from there. This is one of my big pet peeves about the game right now is that you can't move an attack without the game deciding how you move an attack. Like, I can't move to here and then attack him. It'll use all three. But if I do this one, which leaves him out of cover, I have no cover. So anyways, I'm just going to run up on her. I think being in cover is better than being out of cover with a free hit. I'll deal with that person on the next turn. One of my little pet peeves about the game so far. One of the little problems I've noticed along the way. Duncan, get yourself into cover. Go ahead and put a little bit of loving on this mage. There we go. 12 damage done. I'm going to scoot over to the side because I don't know what this mage is going to do on his next turn. Gobbet is unfortunately way out of cover. And so my intent for Gobbet is we'll channel a haste. I'm a little bit worried about AoEs right now from this mage because we're a little bit cramped. Not a lot of cover either. Let's go ahead and haste Duncan, I guess. And then with her, I'm going to pull her back behind this barrel and hope that she makes it. On this side, I will more than likely do a fire round, so incendiaries are out. We missed. Not the worst thing that could happen, but not the best. Sort of a weird move on behalf of the AI, but that's fine, actually. If they want to crunch on Gaichu, wow, they are displacing like crazy. So if you don't know, displacing is giving up your cover and falling back. It's just a fancy word for a tactical retreat. I will more than likely put a little bit on this girl. There you go. Got tracer rounds on her, so that'll be nice. A little bit more damage done there. She is flanked, so this shouldn't be too bad. Gaichu's still got problems, and I got to make a decision here. I think I will probably go after... Let me put you in Heaven's Stance. And then my goal from here would be to get Guy Chu into cover, I guess. And also squeeze that character a little bit. It's going to be undeniably flanked for right now, but there's not much that I can do about that. Wow, the hit chances are really low in here. So there's not a lot of things I can do to guarantee this kill. I can move Duncan to there and get a pretty power forward flank, but even then our chances of hitting did not go up, which is concerning. Yeah, I'm not sure what to say about that. The hit chance is so low that it's like, what do you even do with this? So a little bit of damage done right there. I'm going to poison fog this individual because why not? Probably throw a heal on Duncan. Oh, he's got no wound. Did he get hit? No, he's wounded 19. How does he have no wound to heal? That's odd. Okay, well, we'll deal with that, and maybe its line of sight is blocked. I think it must be some random little foible with line of sight. Instead, go ahead and spray and pray. Maybe you catch a hit. So, yeah, all damage got blocked right there. Why did she just take a 10 randomly? That's odd. I'm going to move the drone over to a flanking position. And then we just have to pray out a hit. There we go. And so it should be fatal. Oh, really? The armor blocked it all. Jesus. Talk about bad luck. Okay. If it weren't for bad luck, I guess. Guy Chu, I'm going to need you to... Let's go ahead and handle this asshole right here. I need this to happen very, very badly. And, you know, I don't care if you miss a couple times, but I hate those snipers. They're so good in this game. There's the kill right there with the tracer rounds. And we've got very few tactical options at the moment. The sniper's going to keep us pretty pinned as far as the map is concerned. The sniper's going to be a big issue for us. Because at the end of the day, the sniper can just like give up on Guy Chu and fire flanking shots at anybody else on the map. And snipers in this game do a horrendous amount of damage. Move back to here real fast and maybe see if she can now get the heal off possibly. Yeah, there we go. It's because his line of sight was blocked. It was saying that he didn't have... Let's go ahead and buff him up too. Get that aim accuracy up slightly. And then on this side, she's got Rat Totem. I don't think I'll probably be using that much. Instead, let's go ahead and Overwatch that way. Have him Overwatch right there. Have Duncan Overwatch with full auto maybe. Yeah, let's have Duncan Overwatch with full auto that way. And then the Lynx will go there. Wow. I never seen a shotgun make a shot from that far away. I was going to say, that sniper's got to be in panic mode by now. We're going to want to go ahead and fish this one out with Guy Chu. And however it works is how it works. And if we get the kill, we get the kill. If we don't, we don't. I shouldn't have put him on the corner right there. That was a mistake. Well, let's go ahead and have somebody advance, although there's very, very limited cover right here, which makes this whole thing a little bit precarious. Go 66%. That's like right at the statistical level where you might want to go for a burst fire instead of 2 individual shots. Actually, that seems nice right there. Maybe we get a couple off. There it is. That actually does not count as cover right there, which makes me a tad worried. Let's go ahead and move Joni the Droney up. I think that'll work for me. I mean, he's still out of cover, but it's something, you know. As far as Splattercat goes, there's not enough cover to share, and so we kind of just got to leave people back, I guess. Unfortunately, this map is a little bit limited tactically. Basically got one cover spot in the middle of the map, and everything else is no man's land. Probably leave him right there. Gobbet, I don't really care what you do here. But I think what I prefer is that we at least try to do something and hope for no grenades as well. Okay, rather have the drone get shot than anybody else, so that works. And now it's time for our resident killing machine, actually. Well, we'll see what happens here. If he gets the kill, then okay, so he got one attack off right there. Why needs for Gobbet to be right here? Oh, her heal's on Cooley. Okay, well that sucks. He'll get the 23 back if he can finish the fight right here anyway, so it should be okay. Ooh. Okay, fight not finished. However, that leaves us with Deadeye Shot or Mercy Kill. There we go. Perfect. Oh, he only got 9 back. That's weird. Thought you got the damage from your last hit back. Didn't say he was... I read it wrong. Never mind. He got hit with the shotgun afterwards. I forgot. My name is Splattercat. This is the end of our Shadowrun Hong Kong episode. Check the game out down below if you wanted to get it for yourself. I think things should be coming to a close very, very shortly. I will see you all next time. Hi, do everybody.